Hello and welcome. It is the third day of March 2019. My name is Derek. This is the Money Charts channel. All bets, trades of the like within each his own risk and their own reward. I'm basically just explaining what I'm doing and presenting a 15-day chart with the cross of Litecoin and Bitcoin. I prefer to take the price of Litecoin and then divide it by DGB and get this number, rather than take DGB divided by LTC, or what would be the inverse of 1 on this number, and get a whole bunch of decimals. So I know it's in the 4,000s as it's playing through. Okay. What I like about this is the fees to send out at this current prices. Litecoin is 0.001, at least on exchanges like Binance and Poloniex. And if it's 0.001, well, if it was zero point 0.1 at these prices, it would be less than $5. So that would be about 5 cents. Not bad. And then it's a tenth of 1 DGB to send out. So at the current prices of about around 300 Satoshi for DGB, it's about 30 Bitcoin Satoshi, which is practically nothing. And then it's cheaper than that from the exchanges, which means you technically do not even need to have a single coin of either one on the exchanges, and you're never paying much for the fees not outside of your trading ones. Now, amongst this, we're seeing good volatility from high to low. That's about a 100x move. Of course, a lot of it came early on, but there was this big move in here, then this rally from, well, we'll say on about 500, a little under it, probably even lower than that, up to near 25,000. 25x move. Yeah, how you doing kind of play. A little bit of a pullback, but when we go from here, 25,000 down to about 2,000, that's over a 10x move. Very good X move, or decent move on a higher low. Yeah, and in here not much happens. There's all you can really trade for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, multiply 15. So we're talking about 120 days or 4 months where it's all you can do is get short-term plays. And then for the last little while, just climbing slowly its way higher. And then this in here, which is mainly due to that of Litecoin. When this goes up, well, that means the value of Litecoin is better than that of DGB. So it's had better gains or not as bad of losses. So for me, when this goes up, what I would do, or will be doing, is I will be taking Litecoin and selling them on the market in that for DGB when this goes higher. When this goes lower, I'll be taking DGB and I'll be trading them in for Litecoin. And I'll be doing this on both more intermediate and long-term time frames. Every time this increases 15%, then I have done the math and taking 15 and divided 115, which gives me that of 13.04%. Why is this number important? Well, two reasons. The first reason is this is the maximum I could afford to sell for a 15% gain and ensure I can keep doing this pretty much until infinity. If I sell more, then the value that I have will actually lower during the next bull run. If I sell less, it would increase. And well, one way of keeping your value always the same would be to sell like 13.04% of your stack every time you raise 15% in gains. And that would just be constantly like basically making gains, which isn't a bad strategy with some coins like Doji and other ones. It can work out really well. And the other reason it's important is that's your decline. So therefore, on a buyback, as an example, If you're going to sell 15% up, you're selling 13.404% down, at least for equal equivalency. Obviously, if you can adjust it, say, oh, I think I can get 16% decline. Well, if you can do that, it's a better chance, it's a better gain. But keeping everything to simple and equal math, that's where that comes into play. So therefore, I also got this 40%, which if I take 4 divided by 14, and when you think about this, if your portfolio was worth 10 units, and it goes up 40%, well, now it's worth 14 units. So to get it back to 10 units, you would take 4 of your 14 off. I could sell 28.5%. Of course, when I factor in the fact I'd be doing both, I'd definitely have to have them lowered. And that would also be the pullback. So this is generally how I'm probably going to do it. I'm probably going to go somewhere between 2%, 2 to 2.5 maybe, as far as how much I will sell every time it goes up this level. And then around 40%, that's where I'm going to come in and make a bigger sell more at that time, and then look for a larger retracement. And in situations where, say I get a lot of these in a row, and especially if I have this sell number much lower than the 20.5, then I can just do a splurge sell, where I'm like, I'm just going to sell a whole bunch and wait for a 65% retracement or something of that type of magnitude. And in conclusion, within the actual markets of trading, it's very common to see everything going up and down together, where Bitcoin goes up against the dollar maybe, and even that means nothing when we're talking about trading things against Bitcoin and against only the three currencies of Bitcoin, Litecoin, and DGB. But when all altcoins go up together, within this, you're going to notice that the ratio that Litecoin would have against DGB would not go up as much in percentage terms as it would against Bitcoin. But throwing that part aside, what is very common in these markets is individual coins having moves ironic to them. In an earlier video, I was pointing out that in December of 2017, which I think is this run in here, what happened was Litecoin had a spectacular rally in the early parts of December, the second week of December, I believe it might have been, around December the 10th of 2017. It pretty much doubled, tripled all of a sudden quickly. And then after that, the entire crypto space was rallying. And Litecoin, which already had its gains, was just mainly only able to stay amongst its upper area for, quite some time. But while that was going on, and Litecoin really was just fluttering back and forth, doing its own little thing, after Litecoin was doing its own thing before, it was DGB that was going up with everything else, and it was going up to enormous rates, which is the reason why this is such an amazing move, well over the 10x move just from here to here. And then you could have situations like in this, and a lot of this could even be spots where you could get situations where maybe Litecoin only falls over a period of time, maybe 40% or 60% against Bitcoin, and then this coin might fall 90%. You're going to get the reactions that would work within it. But if you ever have two coins that you really, really like, then why not trade them together? And then back and forth, when one goes up much higher than the other, the coin that's going up that you should be selling on this buy low, sell high is going to be done that. And when the markets go down, and the amount of profitability you get, a lot of it is based on volatility. Doing this with the US dollar and the Japanese yen, it's going to be just frustrating to profit much. Doing this with Walmart and the US dollar cross on the stock market, Volatility will be a bit better, but it's still going to be nothing even close to this. So you're doing this amongst monstrous volatility. If we take this high of what appears to be around 400 something thousand, we'll just say 400,000 for easy math, and a low near 400, around a 100x move. Well, how long did it take the stock market to make a 100x move? Well, the bottom came in 1932. I think it was around 40, but that's irrelevant because the at 100x came in the 1990s. Because if I take 40 and multiply 100, that's 4,000. And that happened 1994, 95, which from 32 would have been over 60 years. So the whole point of this is you're able to get big volatility movements. But even when you have, we see here now to finish this off, low volatility in here, and it's starting to increase. Okay. Low volatility here, and it started to increase. Low volatility starts to increase, and really up to here. Low volatility, and increases, and volatility is going to come and it's going to go. And when it's not there, you're going to only trade short term. You're not going to trade at all. And when it's there, you're trading. You're making moves. You want to take advantage of these plays, so that when this happens and you technically would say buy going down by the one that you're supposed to, which is buy Litecoin, sell DGB, you can then get it back when something like this happens. You get it all back here, and then you can buy back in here, sell up here, buy down here, maybe you'd be selling here. But for me, I've been accumulating DGB so I could actually make more trades, and I stated earlier today I was able to take about 90% of a profitable trade I made earlier this last month, and then just free DGB coins to do it. Now I got sufficient amount of coins to be able to trade and make noticeable impacts for my portfolio in doing such. Thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.